The wine glass shattered against the hardwood floor, its crimson contents splattering like blood across the dining room. My hand froze mid-gesture, the accusation I'd been hurling at Elise dying on my lips. Her words hung in the air, sharp as the glass shards at our feet. My ex would have never treated me like this. The room felt too small, the air too thick, as if the walls themselves were closing in, witnesses to a truth I wasn't ready to face. I stared at her, my wife of 6 years, her chestnut hair wild from running her hands through it, her green eyes blazing with a fury I hadn't seen since our early days. The dining table, littered with half-eaten plates of pasta and a flickering candle, seemed a mockery of the cozy evening we'd planned. My chest tightened, a dull ache spreading like ink through water. "What did you just say?" I asked, my voice low, trembling with something I couldn't name. Anger, fear, or the dread of a truth I'd been dodging for months. Elise's lips parted, then closed, her defiance faltering for a split second. "I didn't mean it like that, David," she said, softer now, but the damage was done. Her ex, Ryan. The name alone conjured memories I'd tried to bury. His easy charm, the way he'd linger at our engagement party, his hand brushing her arm just a moment too long. I told myself it was nothing, that her laughter with him was just nostalgia, not a signal. But now her words were a crack in the foundation of us, and I couldn't unhear them. The kitchen clock ticked, each second a hammer against my skull. I sank into a chair, the wood creaking under my weight, and rubbed my temples. "Why bring him up now?" I asked, my voice steadier than I felt. My mind raced, replaying months of subtle shifts, her late nights at the office, the way her phone was always face down, the perfume she'd started wearing, sharper and unfamiliar. I dismissed it all, chalked it up to stress, to her new promotion. But doubt, that insidious weed, had taken root. Elise paced, her bare feet avoiding the glass shards. "You're always working, David. Always distracted. You don't even see me anymore." Her voice cracked, and I wanted to believe the hurt in it, but suspicion gnawed at me. Was this her deflecting, or was I the one pushing her away? I thought of the nights I'd spent hunched over my laptop, chasing deadlines while she sat alone on the couch, scrolling through her phone. Guilt twisted in my gut, but so did something darker, a need to know. "Elise," I said, standing, my hands clenching at my sides. "Are you saying this is my fault? That I pushed you to?" I couldn't finish the sentence. The word cheating felt like a blade too sharp to wield. Her eyes widened, and for a moment, I saw panic flicker across her face. It was gone as quickly as it came, replaced by a mask of indignation. "Don't you dare," she snapped, stepping closer, her breath warm and ragged. "Don't make this about something it's not." But her voice wavered, and I caught the faint tremble in her hands. My heart pounded, each beat a question. Was she lying? Was I paranoid? The room smelled of spilled wine and wax, the candle's flame casting shadows that danced like specters on the walls. I crossed to the counter, needing distance, and noticed her phone lying there, screen dark but somehow accusatory. "Then show me," I said, nodding toward it. My voice was calm, but inside I was a storm, anger, fear, and a desperate hope that I was wrong. "Show me there's nothing to hide." Her face paled, and the silence that followed was deafening. She didn't move, didn't speak, and in that moment I knew. The truth wasn't in her words but in her hesitation, in the way her fingers twitched toward the phone before pulling back. My stomach churned, and I felt the ground shift beneath me, as if the life we'd built was crumbling into the glass-littered floor. "David, you're being ridiculous," she said finally, but her voice was too high, too forced. She reached for the phone, but I was faster, snatching it before she could. Her gasp was sharp, a sound that cut deeper than her earlier words. The screen lit up under my touch, and there it was, a notification from Ryan. "Meet me tomorrow, same place. Miss you." The words blurred as my vision swam. My knees buckled, and I gripped the counter to stay upright. "Elise," I whispered, my voice breaking. "How long?" She didn't answer, but her silence was answer enough. I scrolled, each message a dagger. Late-night texts, vague plans, words like love and soon that weren't meant for me. The betrayal wasn't just in the act but in the intimacy of it, the secret world they'd built behind my back. "I'm sorry," she choked out, tears streaming down her face now. "It wasn't supposed to happen. It was just he was there and you weren't." Her words were a plea, but they only fueled the fire in my chest. I wanted to scream, to break something else, But all I could do was stare at her. This woman I thought I knew, now a stranger. The air was heavy with the scent of betrayal. The room a stage for our unraveling. I thought of the vows we'd made. The promises now shattered like the glass at our feet. Why didn't you tell me? I asked, my voice raw. Why didn't you fight for us? But even as I said it, I wondered if I'd given her anything to fight for. Had I been absent too? Had I let her slip away? She sank to the floor sobbing, and I felt a pang of guilt amidst the rage. I wanted to hate her, to walk away, but love doesn't vanish in a moment, no matter how much it hurts. I crouched beside her, the glass crunching under my shoes, and for a moment, we were just two broken people, caught in the wreckage of our choices. Then I saw it, the glint of her wedding ring still on her finger catching the candlelight. And on the counter her phone buzzed again. Another message from Ryan. I'm leaving her. Choose me. My heart stopped. The betrayal wasn't just hers, it was his too. A double-edged knife cutting through both our lives. I looked at Elise, her face buried in her hands, and realized the real twist. She hadn't just betrayed me. She was betraying him too, stringing us both along in her indecision. I stood, the phone slipping from my hand to the counter. Choose, I said, my voice cold, final. But know this, I'm done waiting. I walked out, the door slamming behind me, leaving her with the shards of our life and the weight of her choices. The night air hit me like a slap, but it couldn't drown out the echo of her words or the image of that final message, burning into my mind like a brand.